Hello everyone, hope you're all okay. It's Warren here again from Warren's Team Talk. Thanks very much for coming over and paying me a visit. I'm very happy to see you all and glad that you've come. So what have I got for you today? Well, I have got brand new spanking video for you, and it's part 19 of England's most successful football club. And today I'm casting my eye over Huddersfield Town. So I'm sure that's going to be really exciting. In the beginning part of the 20th century, they were very successful. So let's get on the Warren's Team Talk bus and go and find out all about them. Well, yeah, also, just before we do go off up to Huddersfield, I just wanted to say thank you again for coming to watch the video. And if you're new to Warren's Team Talk, thank you very much for coming to check me out. You're very, very welcome here, and I'm glad to have you as part of the Warren's Team Talk family. And please remember to click on the like button, that's the little thumbs up button, and also down in the bottom, maybe right left hand side of the screen, you're going to see a subscribe button. Please click on that, because then that way you'll always get to be told about any new videos that I put out. Anyway, so enjoy the video and let's enjoy our trip up to see Huddersfield. Anyway, so let's go and get on with it. So we've arrived in Warren's Team Talk bus up to Huddersfield. We're going to go and find out all about Huddersfield Town. Now, Huddersfield Town, they managed to get 2,943 points, and they finished 22nd in the Warren's Team Talk table. And they're also known as the Terriers. Now, the Terriers, the club's nickname, was given to them because they had a reputation for being tigerish in the tackle and terrier-like, and they were formed on the 15th of August 1908 and entered the Football League in 1910. The nickname, like I say, the Terriers, was introduced in the 69-70 season by promotions manager Bill Brook, because it seemed to acknowledge the terrier-like qualities of fitness and tenacity of Ian Greaves' young side, and also the first Yorkshire Terrier to be registered with the Kennel Club in the 1880s was known as Huddersfield Ben. So there you go, Huddersfield Ben. I bet he didn't know they were registering him with the Kennel Club, that he would go on for being responsible for the Huddersfield Town Football Club called the Terriers. Anyway, so moving on. The team have played their home games at the Kirklees Stadium since 1994, which replaced their former home of Leeds Road. Now, just 2 seconds and we'll move. In the club's first piece of success came in the 1919-20 season, when they finished second in the second division, Tier 2, and they were promoted to the first tier of English football. And in the same season, they also reached their first ever FA Cup final. But unfortunately, on this occasion, they lost 1-0 to Aston Villa in a game which went to extra time. with the deadlock finally being broken in the 100th minute when Villa scored the only goal of the game to win the FA Cup at Stamford Bridge in front of a crowd of over 50,000 people. Then, in March 1921, Huddersfield appointed the legendary pioneering football manager Herbert Chapman, who later went on to manage Arsenal and was one of Arsenal's most successful ever managers. And then in the 1921-22 season, Huddersfield returned to the FA Cup, which was played at Stamford Bridge. And it was the last time that the Terriers contested the FA Cup final. And in that time, they contested the FA Cup final with Aston Villa. On this occasion, however, the outcome was a much happier one for them, as they defeated Preston North End by 1-0. Again, the game was played at Stamford Bridge, and according to all reports, the game was a very physical encounter, and it was decided by a penalty scored by Huddersfield's left winger, William Henry Smith in the 67th minute. And the photo you can see there is a picture of their FA Cup winning team for that day. And on the far left of the picture, you can see a gentleman, a stout-looking gentleman with a suit on, and that is the legendary Herbert Chapman. Anyway, so 11 days after their FA Cup final success against Preston North End, they defeated Liverpool by 1-0 at Old Trafford in Manchester in front of a crowd of 20,000 people to win the FA Charity Shield. So it seems that Herbert Chapman seemed to have almost an immediate impact on the team, given the way that they seemed to be bringing in trophies. The Terriers then followed these FA Cup and Charity Shield successes up by securing a third place in the First Division, Tier 1, in the 1922-23 season. And then the very next season after that, they started a period of success where they won 3 successive league titles, and the first 2 of these league titles were won under the reign of the legendary Herbert Chapman, who would then go on to repeat this feat with Arsenal as well. Huddersfield won the first of these 3 league titles on goal average from Cardiff City by 0.024 of a goal when they both finished the season on 57 points. And like I say, they were separated by the slimmest of margins on goal average. Herbert Chapman, as I said, then moved to Arsenal in the 1925 close season. But before he left to join Arsenal, he had started preparations for the next season. And the Terriers, despite losing Chapman, Chapman's services went on to win the league title again in the 1925-26 season. This meant that Huddersfield became the first ever team to win 3 successive league titles, and this achievement is very, very rare and hardly ever happens. Well, certainly in England anyway. I think Huddersfield have done it, obviously, as we've seen. Arsenal have done it, Manchester United have done it, and Liverpool have done it. But I don't think any other teams have done it. Anyway, so moving on. The next two seasons, in the 1926-27 and 1927-28 season, Huddersfield narrowly missed out on winning the league title for those 2 years as well, to Newcastle United and Everton, when they finished second on each occasion. Now, had they won the title in those 2 seasons, that would have meant they would have won the title on 5 consecutive occasions. And I've said no team has ever won the league title more than 3 years in a row. Then, not in England in any case. Then in the 1927-28 and the 1929-30 season, the Terriers successfully reached 2 FA Cup finals, where on the first occasion they lost 3-1 to Blackburn Rovers at Wembley Stadium, with a crowd of 92,000 in attendance. And then the second time, again, they lost, and on this occasion by 2-0 to Arsenal, again at Wembley Stadium, again with an attendance of over 92,000 people. Then 2 years after their cup final defeats, their FA Cup final defeat to Arsenal, in the 1931-32 season, Huddersfield secured a 4th place in the in the First Division Tier 1. And then after another 2 years, in the 1933-34 season, Huddersfield finished in 2nd place in the First Division Tier 1 to champions Arsenal, who at the start of that season had been managed by Herbert Chapman, but his reign at Arsenal had been cut short when he died in January of 1934 of pneumonia. Then, after a gap of another 2 years, Huddersfield secured a 3rd place finish when they narrowly edged into 3rd place on goal average by 0.119 of a goal to Derby County. Then, in the club's last piece of success before World War II, Huddersfield would reach what to date would be their last ever FA Cup final. However, sadly for the Terriers on this occasion, Preston North End would get their revenge for the defeat that Huddersfield inflicted on them in the 1922 Cup final, and ironically enough by the same scoreline of 1-0. Huddersfield then endured a barren spell of without any success, and also a decline in fortunes, which included a relegation to the 2nd Division, Tier 2. And then in the 1952-53 season, the Terriers secured a 2nd place finish in the 2nd Division, Tier 2, to win promotion back to the 1st Division, Tier 1. And then in their first season back in the First Division Tier 1, in the 1953-54 season, they finished 3rd. It would then be another 12 years before the club enjoyed any further success, when in the 1965-66 season, they finished 4th in the 2nd Division Tier 2, but unfortunately missed out on promotions by 3 points to Southampton, who secured the final promotion spot by finishing 2nd. Then, then 4 years after this, in the 1969-70 season, the Terriers would comfortably win the 2nd Division Tier 2 title by 7 points, with a 7-point winning margin over 2nd place Blackpool, and they won promotion back to the First Division, Tier 1. After another period of decline, which included the club suffering relegations to the Fourth Division, Tier 4, it wouldn't be until the 1979-80 season before the club would enjoy any further success, when they won the Fourth Division Tier 4 title. And then 3 seasons later, in the 1982-83 season, the club followed up this success by finishing third in the Third Division Tier 3 to win promotion back up to the Second Division Tier 2. And also that season, they enjoyed an unbeaten home league season, which I know you can't see from the slide I'm showing you, but yeah, that season they remained unbeaten at home all season in the league. Then, after suffering relegation back to the Third Division in the 1987-88 season, the club would not enjoy any further success till the 1991-92 season, when they secured a third place finish in the Third Division Tier 3. But they did not win promotion, as they lost 4-3 on aggregate in the playoff semi-finals to Peterborough United. Then 3 years after this disappointment, in the 1994-95 season, the Tigers would make what be to date their final appearance in the cup final, when they lost 3-1 on penalties to Swansea City at Wembley Stadium, after the game had ended in a 1-1 draw after extra time in the EFL Trophy final. Also in the 1994-95 season, the disappointment of losing out in the EFL Trophy final was softened somewhat when they won promotion to the Tier 2 of English football, when they defeated Mansfield Town in the playoffs, after finishing 5th that season in the Second Division Tier 3. And they beat Mansfield Town 2-1. Not Mansfield Town, Bristol Rovers 2-1. And then the Tigers finally won promotion out of the Third Division Tier 4 when, after being relegated back to the fourth tier, the Tigers finally won promotion out of that tier of English football in the 2003-2004 season, when they secured a fourth place finish. When they secured a fourth place finish in the Third Division Tier 4 and won promotion by defeating Mansfield 4-1 in the playoff final, after extra time, after the game had ended in a 0-0 draw. So yeah, they actually won that game on penalties. So they won the game 4-1 on penalties after the game had ended in a 0-0 draw after extra time. Then 2 years later, in the 2005-2006 season, the Terriers finished 4th in League One, as League One Tier 3, but missed out on promotion when they lost 3-2 to Barnsley in the playoff semi-final. And then 5 years later, in the 2010-2011 season, the club would again narrowly miss out on promotion when they finished 3rd in League One, but lost to Bournemouth in the playoff semi-final 4-2 on penalties after the tie ended in a 4-4 draw on aggregate. And then The very next season, though, the Terriers would make up for this disappointment by finishing 4th in League One and winning promotion by defeating Sheffield United 8-7 after the tie had ended 0-0 after extra time. 5 years after this success, the club would finish 5th in the Championship Tier 2, but would win promotion to the FA Premier League Tier 1 when they defeated Reading 4-3 on penalties in the playoff final at Wembley, after the match had ended 0-0 after extra time. So that must have been great for them that day. Anyway, in 2003, English football created a Hall of Fame to celebrate those people who had made an outstanding contribution to the game. And in order to be considered to be included in the Hall of Fame, players or managers would have to be at least 30 years old and have played or managed for at least 5 years in English football. So the list I've got here in front of you shows all those players or managers who have been at Huddersfield Town who are included in English football's Hall of Fame. So if we look at this, you can see obviously Herbert Chapman's there. He was at Huddersfield between 1921 and 1925. Peter Doherty, who was a player who made 83 appearances and scored 33 goals. Dennis Law, the legendary Scottish striker, who made 81 appearances for the club and scored 16 goals. Bill Shankly, obviously, who would then go, as well as managing Huddersfield, he would then obviously go on to have great success with Liverpool. He managed Huddersfield for 3 years between 1956 to 1959. Then there was the player Clem Stephenson, who made 248 appearances and scoring 48 goals. And also he managed the club between 1929 and 1942. And then there was Ray Wilson, the famous English right back who appeared in the 1966 World Cup final. And as a player for the club, he made 266 appearances and scored 6 goals. So yeah, that was a nice story. I have to say, I really enjoyed that one. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed our trip up to Huddersfield, and that I hope the Warren's Team Talk bus kept you entertained for the journey and you were nice and comfortable. Anyway, so like I say, I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you're new to the channel, please, I hope that you enjoyed it, and please remember to put a like on it. And also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and then click on the notification bell as well, because that way it will ensure that you get told about any new videos that I put out as and when they happen. So anyway, hope you all have a good few days, and like I say, I'll be uploading another video on Wednesday coming, and I hope that you enjoy that one as well. So please take care, have a great few days, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. So take care, thanks a lot, and remember, please, please, please keep talking. It's so important, especially at the moment with all the madness that's going on in the world. And yeah, well, I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.